Hello, and welcome to my 13th volume of Funk Vinyl Records. Now, again, I wanted to thank the Record Connection in Waterville and Bullmouth Books and Music in Waterville for actually providing all of this vinyl. Now, most of this actually came from Record Connection's dollar bins. You know, historically, I have always found wonderful examples of this particular genre of music at that location, but the first couple of albums you're going to see did not come from that bin, and this is actually a set of 20 vinyl records that span 18 years. Actually, almost 20 years, from 1967 to 1986. And the first one, I listened to this album and love it, Jackie Wilson's Higher and Higher. Now, this wasn't a cheap album, because it's an original Brunswick. There's Jackie on the cover. Other Jackie Wilson albums on the back. Sorry, I haven't removed the price tag yet. I usually do that. This one was not inexpensive either. This was the follow-up, I believe, to that album. Note it still says Monaural up in the upper right-hand corner. I Get the Sweetest Feeling from 1968 by Jackie Wilson. This next album is Jose Feliciano and the Feeling's Good from 1974. If you open this album, you'll see a big gatefold with personnel listing and such. There's the back of that album on RCA. Mel Torme, live at the Maisonette. As with most of these, I wanted to thank my friend Henrik Hopkins for recommending this because of Mel's live big band version of Superstition. A lot of people may have other ideas on this, but Henrik and I have both come to the conclusion that he managed to completely and effectively translate Stevie Wonder's classic into a big band arrangement around the same time, actually, as that record was very popular. There's some water damage on this, but again, just to find it, this is worth something. Lee Oscar from War. You can see War written on the harmonica. Now, the Lowrider Band, another story. 1976. Far Out Productions, it says on the bottom. Love the cover and back art. Alright, a couple Natalie Cole selections. I'm tending to get a lot of Natalie Cole stuff lately. Natalie, which I believe is her second album from 1976. And Thankful, her fourth album from 1977. It has kind of a textured acrylic painted cover. Alright. Casey and the Sunshine Band. This is I believe it's a self-titled album. No, it's not. It's called Who Do You Love? Here's the back of that record, and there's a sleeve inside that shows the band right there. And there's more on the other side. Again, I found this at the dollar bin at Bull Moose, and I was told that in the area where my friend Henrik lives, this particular album is something you would generally not find in a dollar bin, and is actually fairly difficult to find on vinyl. Grover Washington's Reed Seed. This came out in 1978 during his time on Motown. Here's another Grover Washington. I already actually have this album on CD, as many of you may know, but this is a different album. This is a Nautilus recording, half-speed master, super discs. Apparently, you know, really good quality vinyl, considering all the 280 and 180 gram vinyl coming out today. This is probably its great-grandfather, as it were, the half-speed masters from the 80s. I don't know much about vinyl remastering, but it's nice to have this. I can't wait to check this out and see how it compares in sound to the CD version that I have. Herb Alpert, Beyond. This is his follow-up from 1980 to his famous Rise album. Music is your best entertainment value. Here's the back cover for that album from 1980. Dee Dee Bridgewater, self-titled album, 1980, on Elektra Records. Peabo Bryson, Turn the Hands of Time. Slightly water damaged, but not as bad as the Mel Torme one, released in 1981. Harold Melvin, who you see on the cover, and the Blue Notes, All Things Happen in Time, 1981. This was after Teddy Pendergrass left the band. That's the band as they appear during that time. I'm not sure, but I think that it's on a totally different record label than Philly International. It is. It's on MCA, just the Rainbow Cloud label of that time. It's no big deal. Anyway, Rodney Franklin. I've been looking for this album for a long time because I love the Heart Hedge Maze cover from 1982. This is the guy that did the Hill Street Blues theme song, everybody, just in case you don't know. Great jazz keyboardist. Lyrics are on the back. Also on cassette, it says. Lee Ritenour, Rit 2. I would love to get the first album, Rit, from 1981. I'm looking around for that, but I found this in the dollar bin. This is actually a pretty easy album to find around here. It's pretty common. There's Lee. On Elektra Records. Clarence Clemens from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band and the Red Bank Rockers from 1983. Rescue. This is one of the least common of his solo albums, but I'm still glad to find it on Columbia. Tom Coster, Santana's late 70s keyboardist, Ivory Expedition. I found this circulating on vinyl a lot, and I just finally decided to get this in a fusion album on the Fantasy record label. Again, 1983. Angela Bofill, Tell Me Tomorrow, 1985. Been getting really into her music lately. An Arista, produced by George Duke. He seemed to be producing everything in around 1984-85. We have Ashford and Simpson's Real Love, 1986, and still partially in the original packaging as well. So let me get this all organized right now. Put this back where it came from. This is my vinyl collection for June of 2015. I honestly don't know how I'm going to have the room for all this vinyl that I'm suddenly starting to collect, this and the old stuff that I have, but I find a way to make room for it. I don't buy as much vinyl as it seems. I really don't. This doesn't amount to as much as it seems to be. But I love these records. I've been looking for them for ages, and now that they're basically in dollar bins, I don't, again, as I can't repeat this enough, I don't get into all the collector grade kind of business. I just like vinyl. If it's a little more expensive, I'll pay it if it's worth it. But other than that, I also wanted to announce the next time I do a vinyl video, I am going to be starting a volume on 12-inch singles, since I don't collect a lot of them, and since they're middling in terms of their rareness and expense, sometimes very high, sometimes so low it's barely worth mentioning, it may be my only one, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the advantages of 12-inchers and the ones that I have and the ones that I've been getting into lately. My friend Henrique, who actually, implicitly inspired the whole idea for this funk series of vinyl blogs, and I talk a lot about 12-inch mixes, so there's going to be more of these, I'm sure, in the future. I still have a huge collection that from years and bygone days ago that you haven't seen, and I'm probably going to be doing some of those too, rather than just buying new stuff and doing it here. So look for more of those. Look for the 12-inch collection video I'm going to be doing in the future, and enjoy this. Enjoy your summer, everybody. See you next